Hi, my name is James Shepard, and this is step number 6. We're doing the 6 steps to selling merchant services, and I'm really excited about this 6th step because I haven't talked about it very much, but in my new ebook, I give a little bit more detail about this dominating your local market. Okay, dominating your market. We're really dominating your market, not just local. It could be a niche. If you want to check out more about that before I get into the video, I do want to give you the link. Just go to ccsalespro.com/steps. Download the free ebook. It's like 30 plus page ebook, absolutely free. Just want to get you on my email list. So check that out, ccsalespro.com/steps. Now, here's the really cool thing about this concept. You can actually begin to dominate your market, whether that's a local marketplace or it's a niche, like I mentioned in the last step 5, maybe like auto repair shops or pizza shops or something like that. And you can really start to dominate that niche, but it does require a long-term view. One of my favorite quotes is Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has a quote where he said that everyone underestimates what they can do in 10 years and they overestimate what they can do in 1 year. And I found that to be absolutely true. People really get this idea that, well, I'm going to be so successful in the next 6 months with this idea. You're probably not, actually. And then other people, they don't seem to even think about, but if you did this consistently for 10 years, you would be incredibly successful. Maybe you're 20 years old right now. If you sold merchant services and followed these 6 steps for 10 years, at 30 years old, you'd be making a ton of money. Right? Maybe you're 30. Well, think about how it'd be when you're 40. Maybe you're 40. Well, think about how it'd be when you're 50. Maybe you're 50. Well, how would it be when you're 60? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like, if you put a decade into doing something consistently and becoming the expert on that, it'd be amazing. So when you have a little bit more of a long-term view, you can start to dominate your market, whatever that might be, a niche or a local market. And here's all you have to do. Find out where the attention of your prospects are. Right? If you're going after a local market, well, maybe people are visiting the local newspaper has like a website that people are visiting, right? Maybe everybody's going to the school events, whatever it is. Find a way to insert yourself into where the attention of the business owners in your market are, and then create consistent content. Again, this goes back to step number 1, sound like an expert. I mean, once you have that experience, it's time for you to leverage that experience and help people that aren't your clients. Just share good information out there, right? Get your name out there. You need to be the person that does payment processing for your city or for auto repair shops or whatever it is that you're going after. And so as you start to produce quality content and consistently over time, you're going to get that brand recognition. The other thing you need to do is really start to build your database. Even if you're somebody that's like, James, I'm never going to create content. I can't do that. Okay, fine. I would challenge that assumption first, right? But okay, I got it. So then are you keeping a good database? Meaning the people who said no to you, but it wasn't like a hard no. It was like, you know what? We're in a contract for 3 more months. Do you have a database that's going to alert you in 3 months that it's time to follow up again? What about that big deal that, they said, you know what, we're all set for the rest of the year and you can't get them right now because they're under contract. Well, do you have a system that's going to remind you in 12, 14, 18, 24 months from now? See, most people don't think that far ahead. They're like, well, I don't even know if I'm going to be doing this in 24 months. That's the problem. If you buy in and you say, you know what? This is my thing. I'm going to sell merchant services and I'm going to do this for a long time. I'm going to be here. What happens is you now start to think more long-term. You start to build your database and you come across the people as more of a dependable resource because they're like, yeah, this person seems like the kind of person that's going to be in this for a long time. They're in it for the long haul. And then what happens is when you go back to people, I talked to an agent recently that's over $10,000 a month residual on our podcast. And what he told me is he said, James, there's people that I followed up with every 3 or 4 months and I followed up with them for 2 years. And they finally signed up with me because they realized I'm not going anywhere. That's powerful. And you're like, well, James, I need to make money today. I don't care about 2 years. Yeah, but you know what? 2 years is going to come before you know it. And then you're going to care about that. And you're going to wish, man, I wish 2 years ago I would have started thinking about how can I set myself up for success in 24, 36, 48 months. The way to do that is number 1, just to accept it and like commit and think about your life is going to still exist in 24 months and you're going to be wishing you could make more money in 24 months. So start acting that way, right? Set yourself up for success while also, of course, taking care of the short-term, cash flow constraints that you have by prospecting daily and closing deals. But set yourself up. If you can do content, if you're willing to do that, put the work in and make good content and distribute it where people are paying attention. right? And then also, if you can have that long-term view, start building up your database with valuable information about business owners you can follow up with down the road. Two resources I want to make you aware of real quick. So if you go and download the ebook, ccsalespro.com/steps, got a link right below this video. So click on that link, download my free ebook. In there, we talk about the 6-week Jumpstart program, and we talk about our team training solutions for ISOs. If you are selling merchant services or you are managing a team that sells merchant services, CC Sales Pro is the industry leader for sales training. It's indisputable. Look at our online presence. You can't find anybody else that's even close. Go to Google, go to YouTube, search for how to sell merchant services and see who comes up, okay? We are the leader in that category, and if you want to be trained or you want to get your agents trained, you need to reach out to us, and you can learn more about that in my new ebook at ccsalespro.com/steps. My name is James Shepard. Have yourself an awesome day.